everybody, this is B. We are back again with Lovewood. We are trying out a new headset, so I am sorry if I sound funny in any way. I had gotten a cat headset from Amazon and I want to check how this would go. If this doesn't work out, I do have my old headset, which I'm going to have to figure out how to fix it because the little screws came out and I don't know where they went. But anyways, we're back with Lovewood. So, yeah. Hopefully we're not going to make too much noise with our own mouse. So, Nord, the midsummer party is just an evening of dressing up fancy, enjoying good food, and having fun. But there's also lots of smaller private gatherings. Sounds neat. If you ask someone specific to join you for the midsummer celebration, that's a pretty big deal. Like a really fancy date. Though if you ask me, going as a group of friends is just as much fun. I see. I certainly don't know anyone around here well enough to ask them out, but who knows what strange things will happen over the course of the next few days. Does Nord have a date? I'm kind of curious, but it would be probably inappropriate to ask. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. I barely know him after all. Thanks for letting me know. I'll be looking forward to the party. You're welcome. Don't strain yourself on your first day, alright? I'll try. See you around. There he goes. Nord closes the door behind him and I acquaint myself with the little cottage. It's very clean except for a bit of dust. Not a bad place to start. Even though I feel like I didn't do much today, my head feels really heavy all of a sudden. Apparently, the traveling fatigue of the last few days is catching up to me now. I'll just take a little nap before I do anything else. Oh, so these are... Did you know you can press A to open the accessibility menu? Or you can change text size, font, and more. Press space. Okay, we only have so many days. Yawn. Oh no, that was a lot more than a quick nap. Apparently it's already morning. I slept like a rock. Guess that means I really needed it. As I'm stretching my tired limbs, I noticed something that wasn't in the house the day before. Someone slipped a letter under my door. It's from Aleph, the merchant from Town Square, and it's an advertisement for discount gems. No, wait, the letter is just written on the back of the flyer. Got it. Hi, B. I feel as if I messed up our first meeting. To avoid further misunderstanding, I'll try to explain in a few words as necessary. I'm afflicted with the liar's curse, which means that I can't speak out truth. I'm afflicted with the liar's curse, which means that I can't speak out truthful statements. Whenever I try, the words come out all twisted. Fortunately, this doesn't affect my writing or my gestures, or when I ask questions, which is why I'm telling you this in written form. When you showed up and suddenly seeing an unfamiliar face caught me off guard. That's why I slipped up. Sorry for any confusion I caused you. I felt that I owe you the truth. Ha, get it. I hope this clears things up a bit. Don't be afraid to visit my shop again. It's always open to you when I'm in town. Aleph. Wow, I guess I'm not the only one who worries about first impressions. My encounter with Aleph from yesterday makes a lot more sense now. They were afraid to talk because their curse makes them lie. I'll try to keep that in mind. Before I do anything else, though, I'll have to make sure I'm less of a mess than I am now. I'll get cleaned up, have some breakfast, and then finally unpack all my bags. There! Things are starting to look homely around here. I brought some of my art equipment with me. I hope to get more practice in. It's been a while since I've drawn or painted anything just for fun. Serving mostly as a healer to the village, I doubt that I'll constantly have work to do. Or at least I sure hope that people don't get hurt all the time. So I should try making myself useful in other ways too. Yesterday I met plenty of interesting folks. Maybe I could help one of them out and get to know them a little better on the way. We're gonna go with Aleph. He seems, I think it's pretty interesting. I like Nord and Atlas a lot, but Aleph and the Curse now has me curious, so we're gonna go see Aleph. I'll see what Aleph is up to today. They should be at their shop as usual. Huh, the cart is closed off today. Hey B, what you up to? I was just looking for Aleph. Do you know where they went? Chances are they wandered off into the forest for one of their gathering trips. I saw them tend to the shop just a moment ago. They can't have gone too far, but you could catch up to them if you take a little look around the area. Do you think it would bother them if I do that? Nah, they never seemed bothered when I tagged along. At least. You know what the deal with their curse is? Yes, the liar's curse? I know. Then you guys should be in the clear. Okay, thanks. I'll see if I can find them. A lot of the items offered in A-list shop are probably things they found in the forest with a keen eye. Things lost by humans, fairies, or other creatures. I'm sure I'll be able to spot their red hair around here somewhere. You stay right here, you little thief. Ugh. What's that noise? Could you maybe let me down, ma'am? So you can make a run for it? Dream on. Oh dear. After following the sound of voices, I found Aleph in a close encounter with a lycamorph. Why does it look like he has a tail? Or they have a tail. Do they have a little tail like a deer? Looks as if they landed themselves in some hot water. I knew you little wimps couldn't be trusted. But trying to steal my stuff when I leave it here for literally a second? That's a new low. I absolutely meant to steal from you. I mean, the hell did you just say? Aleph tries talking with her hands and feet, pointing frantically at the little chalkboard that's out of their range on the ground. Quit pulling faces at me and explain yourself, Pipsqueak. Got anything to say in your defense? Excuse me? Oh great, as if one flat-faced menace wasn't already enough. I think my friend here can explain themselves just fine by writing if you let them down for a moment. They have this curse that makes it impossible for them to speak out the truth. Sounds like any average fairy to me. But fine, I'll humor you. Not like I'm the jerk here. The huge wolf lady sets Aleph back on their feet in not a particular tender fashion. They pick up their chalkboard and write, albeit with somewhat shaky hands. I didn't intend to steal the bag. I wanted to investigate. It looked as if it was discarded or lost. Yeah, sure. Anybody would just leave behind a bag full of coin and potions, right? I couldn't see what was inside. That's why I took a look. It may have been empty for all I know. I swear, if I weren't in fairy territory right now, I'd pick a fight. And you lot would not come out of that looking pretty. But there's no use, if I'm the one getting framed as the bad guy in the end. The lycamorph picks up her bag. You lot better watch yourselves. You can pull stunts like this on humans, but not on us. We know all your dirty tricks, and we can track you down if we want to. She stomps off into the forest. Wow, that was a pretty close call, huh? Aleph nods. They look a bit rattled. I figured you'd be smarter about stealing from people. I thought someone had just let their bag. Want me to help with collecting some more things? You were just out to find some new items for your shop, right? Yes, before the thing with the loud lady happened. Could I tag along for a bit? Aleph nods. Do things you find here make up the majority of your shop inventory? Not the really fancy things like the gemstones, but much of the rest. Does it pay off? It all depends on who you sell it to. If you ever find something that you're unsure about, I can get you in touch with a merchant who will pay a decent price for it. One man's trash is another man's treasure, huh? Aleph nods. For magical rituals, many of the ingredients can usually be found in the front of your doorstep, if you know what to look for. At first glance, a stone may seem like an irrelevant pebble, when it's actually an important component for a spell. Just like the first glance, I may just look like a random person collecting trash in the woods, but you're actually... I think I'll leave that for you to decide. Fair enough. The stone doesn't tell me what it truly is either. We spend some time trekking through the forest, collecting things that catch our interest. Aleph knows surprisingly a lot about which plants are edible and have medical properties. One of our best finds is a group of blackberry bushes full of ripe berries. We eventually take a break near the river and enjoy the scenery. Hey, Aleph, can I ask you something personal? Aleph shrugs. What's the question? I was just wondering how you ended up with that curse of yours. Were you born with it? Aleph chews on some berries and gets their chalkboard to reply. It was a dumb accident. A few years ago, I was really into alchemy experiments. My goal was to make a long-lasting truth potion. But magic that affects the mind is tricky, and it can backfire very badly, especially when used without safety measures like I did. I see. So that's how they got it. Maybe that's why I never see Aleph use magic now. Is there no way to reverse it? At least not permanently. It's okay though. Leading a relaxed life as a fairy is easy, whether you can talk much or not. I usually follow the same traveling route, and we mostly serve regulars in our shops. We? My parents, my brother, and me. We have a spot in Pittsburgh where we met every 2 months and exchanged goods. Then after a while, we travel in 3 different directions, visit our usual spots, until we eventually get back together. We cover a lot of ground like this. Wow, it's nice that your whole family works together, but you still get to be independent like this. Aleph nods and a delighted little smile flashes across their face. My parents can be a bit much. I mean, in a good way. Absolute chatterboxes. I had to get really fast at writing so that I could keep up with them. My parents are similar. It can be tough to get a word in sideways when they're around. Aleph grins and sits still for a moment, looking into the water of the river. I always had this fear. Aleph taps their chalk against the board, apparently pondering the phrasing. Someday I may get to Pittsburgh and my parents won't show up. I'd never know what happened to them. When I think about that, a weird curse seems like a much smaller thing to worry about. You know what I mean? Yeah, I understand. Have you ever considered settling down? Not yet. I just like this work too much. I can tell that this job doesn't get easier when you're older. When you're old. I see that every time I meet up with my family. Someday, when we've saved up a decent amount of money, we're planning to buy a nice house someplace that's green. Now I understand why Aleph is so resourceful. They're saving every penny to afford a cozy life for their family and themselves. Any chance Lebwald is high up on the list of your places you'd settle down in? Aleph nods eagerly. There's something about this little town that makes me feel at home, I guess. More so than any other place. I can imagine staying here someday. There's something in their eyes that I hadn't seen before. A sense of yearning and hope. It's a good thing I came across this place. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone to meet you either. And I'm glad I did. We both look up from the board and Aleph is smiling. Ah, Saltines. We eventually circle back to the village and Aleph organizes everything we found in the woods. I even get to keep a cup of berries. Nice. Thanks for showing me some of the healing plants in the area. You're welcome. Have a good evening, Aelith. I snack on the berries while jotting down some notes on what I learned about the local flora. Aelith had a lot of observations to share when I took the chance to hang out with them. Maybe I could get some more insight into the head of theirs soon. After a bit of drawing practice and getting cleansed up, I'm ready for the night. Oh gosh, are we already on our day 3? Ooh. You can save and reload during choice menus if you'd like to explore different routes. Let's go ahead and save before I forget. On the next morning, I decided to tap back into some of my creative juices and make a little sign for my home. Chances are that word about me being the new healer is already getting around, but I might as well make it easier for people to find me. I bust out some paints and write my profession into a wooden plank. A red cross and some decorative swirls too, while I'm at it. Then I put the sign in the window so that everyone who walks by can see it. This should help business. After trying to make my office look a bit more presentable and having lunch, I'm ready to go out and stretch my legs a little. We're gonna go see Nord. I'd like to check in on Nord. The problem is, I'm not actually sure where to look for him. It seems as though he's usually out and about doing chores for Oberon. Did he even tell where his own house is? Whoa! Wait. What's with his face? Sorry, I almost bumped into you. No harm done. You should be careful though, zooming through the village at such a high speed. Right? I got a bit excited there. Nord, what happened with your eye? My eye? What about it? It looks bruised. Doesn't it hurt? At least I doubt it's some odd makeup choice. Now that you mention it, it does feel weird. Come on, sit down. I'll take care of that real quick. I'm in a bit of a hurry, though. Gotta deliver this parcel to Lord Oberon. Oberon can wait. This won't take long. Right, okay. From the look of it, Nord should take a break and calm down anyway. Wait, does he got scratch marks on his neck? Even when I sit him down on a nearby bench, he keeps fidgeting and bouncing his leg. I proceed to lay my hand on his black eye and let my healing magic do its thing. Want to tell me how you got that bruise? That's kind of a funny story, actually. So, there's a settlement of lycans in this forest, right? Big wolf people. Maybe you've seen some of them? Oh yeah, we have. I'm vaguely familiar with them, yes. They got their territory and we fairies got ours, and we coexist peacefully. I mean, for the most part. Just now I was there to pick up a parcel for Lord Oberon, something super important, apparently. He's clutching his messenger bag, which I assume contains the item in the question. But, those lycamorphs, like the ones who were in charge of the parcel, they can be a bit rougher than us. I nod while healing a claw mark around, I thought that's what it was, around Nord's neck that I hadn't even noticed before. Apparently they tackle and suplex each other for fun. It's just part of their culture. He bites his lip and tenses up a little. And well, they were pretty eager to give me a hearty goodbye, I guess. Maybe they didn't realize fairies are more fragile than them, or they didn't care. So what you're saying is they beat you up? Well, Nord, you can't just let people step on you like that. What am I supposed to do? Pick a fight with a wolf person who's twice my weight? Being a doormat is part of the job description. Nord lets a joyless laugh. Well, I sure hope that the parcel is at least somewhat worth the trouble. Oh yeah, I was told it's some kind of fairy artifact that was owned by the lycamorphs for a while. Lord Oberon will be happy to have it back. Aw. You should be good to go now. Thank you, B. Don't thank me, it's my job. No, I mean, not just for the healing. Oh, I'm used to listening to people's stories while I heal them, so it's not a big deal to me. But apparently talking about this stuff already did a lot to calm Nord down. Hey, would you mind if I come along to Oberon's residence and watch you finish that delivery? That should be okay. Why though? I'm just curious about what that object is. It sounds cool. Makes sense. Let's go then. It's a short walk to Oberon's throne room. Apparently he has just finished giving orders to some other servants. My lord, do you have a moment? Ah, my messenger, come hither. Pleased to see you again, too, B. I'm somewhat surprised he remembers my name. Is that what I think it is? Yep, delivery right from the Lycamore settlement, sir. Give it to me. Oberon carefully opens the package with one of his claws. Nord, please take a look at this. Tell me what you see. It looks like to be quite the pretty tiara, my lord. Nord suddenly grows pale, and there seems to be a broken off piece. Very observant of you. Now tell me, how on earth could this happen? I don't know. I was just trying really hard to take care of it. Considering what Nord told me, maybe it broke when he was pushed around by one of the Lycamores. I had been meaning to gift this to Titania for our 120th wedding day, and now look at it. It's a disgrace. But it's only one piece that's broken off. I bet our blacksmith will be able to reattach it. Right, I'm sure she can restore it. This valuable relic of antique art. I'm so sorry, Lord Oberon, I swear. I just meant to make a suggestion. Your duty is to safely deliver items, not give well-meaning advice on how to fix the ones you carelessly broken. You're really testing my patience, Nord. Oh, jeez. I could have you locked up for this. Do you understand? Don't yell at him. It's not his fault. It may have already been broken when it was packaged. Jeez, Nord, you have one job. Don't yell at him. Nord went through hell to get this parcel to you. I know because I healed his wounds. And now you're going to give him all the blame for a little mistake like this? B, I did not demand your opinion on this matter. Yes, but I'm generously going to offer it anyway. The Lycamores deliberately knocked Nord around, and even though they must have been aware that the tiara was fragile... Is that so? Nord nods. I also ask that you take a look at the packaging here. They barely put any effort into securing it. They could have at least wrapped one more layer of cloth around it. I get that it's Nord's job to deliver packages as securely as he can, but it's your job, Lord Oberon, to ensure the safety and well-being of your subjects. So please don't be so harsh on him. I don't think anybody could have done a better job in those circumstances. The two of you are lucky that I am a benevolent ruler. I will not mete out a punishment to you, Nord, but be aware that I expect your best performance from now on. Yes, my lord. And B, know your place. The two of you are dismissed. Hey, thanks for standing up for me back there. I can't just watch Oberon treat you like that. That was really brave of you. I'm honestly not sure if I deserve that kindness. Nor don't say that. You deserve more than this. If being treated like a doormat is the part of the job description, have you considered getting a different job? One where people actually treat you decently? Oh, I've thought about it, but this position pays pretty well. And don't worry, Lord Oberon is usually a lot less intense than this. I sure hope so. Hey, you've been through a lot today. Maybe take it easy for the evening. Is that your advice as a professional healer? More like my advice as a friend. Alright, then I'll be following it. I'll try catching a break. Again, thanks for everything, B. Catch you later, Nord. Toodles. There he goes. This was quite the experience. I'm pretty exhausted myself. The healing took a lot out of me. I need to get back into practice. Though, for today, I'll be taking it easy. Maybe sitting back and spending some more time drawing. Ooh, I thought we were about to knock someone silly. We're on day 4 already. You shouldn't hang out with the same person every day. In fact, you literally can't. Take some time to get to know your other neighbors too. On the next morning, it appears that the word about my healing service has gone around. An old lady drags her husband into my house while he's loudly declaring that no falling down the ladder was not painful at all. His screaming was only a declaration of war against the cursed piece of equipment. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading. I'm trying to stretch. I heal his shoulder and back anyways. The old man keeps going on about how he fought in the Battle of the Rising Rivers and doesn't need to be pampered. His wife rolls her eyes so hard I'm afraid she's going to injure herself and needed treatment as well, but apparently she's a pro. Once the entire debacle is done and the old man is good as new, I get lunch and consider how to spend the rest of my day. I kind of want to spend it with Nord again, but it said not to. You know what, we're going to spend it with Atlas. Or maybe Aelith. We're going to save here just in case to see. So we're going to go with Atlas. Atlas can probably always use a helping hand. I'd like to get to know him a bit more. Besides, it can't hurt to check in on him every once in a while. His home is a little off-beaten path, after all. As I approach, there's already a faint smell of delicious food coming from one of the open windows. I think I can hear him humming. Ah, B, come in. Did something happen? No, I just wanted to stop by and say hi. I also had a question about lunch service of yours. Any chance I could join in? As a client, I mean? Sure, there's always capacity for more. We can only start delivering to you in a week, though, since otherwise I'd run short on ingredients I have currently stocked. That's fine. I'll survive with making lunch for myself for a week. Hold on, I'll get the papers and we can talk it all over. Atlas fetches some lists from the drawer. Considering that he's not a professional bookkeeper, he seems to have everything organized to an almost uncanny degree. You got any allergies I should know of? Nope. Sky, my cat keeps trying to step on my stuff. No, unless you plan to cook grim root for some reason. Not really, but I'll take a note just to be safe. Do you prefer hot or cold lunch? The warm ones are a little pricier. Looks like both options are very affordable, though. A little time passes and we get all the formal stuff figured out. Alright, I have one more condition, though. What would that be? The first meal is always on the house. Also, because you've been sitting here a while, there's no way I can leave a guest starving in this house. I won't argue with that. He heats up a bowl of what must be leftovers, some kind of chili, and he also hands me a pastry dessert for good measure. Wow, this stuff tastes amazing. Glad you're enjoying it. I've been wondering, do you specialize in stews and such? Kind of. I found that somewhat liquid meals are easiest for me to reheat with my magic, since it's easier to distribute the warmth in there, you know? Ah, that makes sense. While we're talking, he's already made preparations for tomorrow's meals. He's truly made for this job, moving around hot pots on his heat-resistant palms and cracking walnuts in his bare hands. Uh-oh. That's the timer. So unfortunately, we're going to stop here. And we will get to know more about this game later. I hope you guys have enjoyed it because I know I sure have. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!